Hello everyone, my name is Allison and today I am here to offer you a truly all levels, all spaces practice, about 15 minutes. We are going to start in a chair, nothing we're going to do you can't do on the floor, but I want you to think about where you could do this practice, which might include where you're at work and need a little break. Our focus point for this practice is all here. So we're going to be focusing right at that band where if you put your hands on your waist, that's our center point. Begin by letting your hands rest on your knees. Feet can be hips width apart. And as you exhale, pull that space in until the spine begins to round and you curl. And when your inhale arrives, you're going to curl up, shining that point forward and letting your gaze go up. Now continue this movement. Each time we go through it, I'll offer you something additional to focus on. So this round, I want you to think about maybe lifting the shoulders and lowering them down your back. And then as you come forward, lift the shoulders and close up that space in the front so you feel this doming all the way around. This is what we'll call our cat-cow, and it is our core foundation here for re-exploring our spine. You may have a preference, you may like the feeling of one or the other, but try to balance them out, not just in intensity, but in time. So now we layer in some of Riti breathing, equal parts. So the next time you're inhaling, count that space, and then try to match the exhale in both the intensity and the length. And we'll take a few cycles to do that. Inhaling as you come in to your cow, and exhaling into that Halloween cat spine, really pushing to the back. If it feels right, you can add in the hands, using them to pull forward, rounding the spine a little more. And you'll see I sometimes extend my fingers and really push out, tractioning the spine to find more length. You can do this tiny part of the practice anytime, even while you're driving, maybe at a stoplight, right? But anywhere, couch, standing, and otherwise. Take one or two more of these, noticing how it feels to be in your body, balancing out this practice of breathing and moving the spine. I'm going to end with an exhale, and then just let your spine go long. In this type of chair, I have a nice little grip. So right now I have my right hand holding onto the side of the chair, and I'm gonna lean to the left. My hand can come up and hook on the head, but I'm not pulling. I'm just letting gravity. So I feel this long stretch from the shoulder, and I'm pulling down. Take a few breaths here, noticing how you feel, and then we'll come to the other side. Gently releasing the hand. Again, it's not pulling, it's just resting, but it gives the arm a way to add just a little intensity right here. Softening up the shoulders. And now we're going to find a little bit of a flow here for the side body space. Still a really important space for breathing. So as you inhale, let's start by lifting the left hand, and this time you're just going to lean over. You're building stability, so make sure you don't move further than you feel stable, and then start to flow left and right. If your hands slide down or feel more comfortable resting on the chair, you're welcome to use that. Our target here is this space from hips up through the shoulder. Maybe you feel it all the way to the fingers. We're looking again for that idea of equal parts breathing, so we're not favoring or moving really fast through one side and slow through the other, but just noticing how you feel. And if you want to add a drishti, our gaze point, here you can start to look up and follow the hand, and when you come back through neutral, switch and follow the other hand. Give this one more. Wherever you are, just try to end on the side you did not start on. And then we're going to find a twist. So one cat-cow in between, coming back to neutral. Imagine tucking the belly button under the ribs and then pulling forward, finding that cow spine. And now I'm going to turn the chair so you have a lot of clarity on where we're going right here. And we're going to use the back of the chair, not to pull, but to hold that back arm. So I'm moving my left hand to the outside of my right knee and sweeping the arm around. Then I'm going to let my head join in the twist and gaze as far over the shoulder as I can. Where the eyes angle is really important here. So I want my eyes all the way to the corner. Now, if you feel like you have a little more room, Try to get it from this hand on the leg instead of by pulling on the chair. This arm is at rest, but my left hand can push in, and as I exhale, I might find a deeper twist. Both feet are flat on the floor, and I'm holding and I'm breathing here. So make sure you're not holding your breath. And on an inhale, you'll unwind. And I'll show you this on the other side. So hand right on the inside of the thigh, other hand, and then I'm pulling my left shoulder back this time, but the energy is coming through my right hand. Feet are flat, eyes turning all the way as far as they can, so I'm stretching that as well. And then I'll turn back to face you guys, and we'll turn this into a beautiful flow. So now you can have free arms or you can rest them, but we're going to find the space. Exhaling will take you to one side. Inhaling will bring you through the middle, and exhaling will bring you to the other side. So finding what's called a vinyasa, intentional breath, that guides our movement. We get space to twist when we exhale, and every inhale will try to bring you back to that long neutral. Breathe in, out, and back to the center. Find your space. Few more times. This movement of the spine, 6 directions of motion, is the most important thing you can do in any practice. One more time. Last one for real. Bring it back. And now as you come through the middle, we're going to move into our warrior two, often a big standing pose, but here we're just going to work on stretching the hips because honestly, most of us spend too much time seated. So I'm going to roll until I'm kind of facing the left side, shifting over so this knee can drop. If you're on a chair with wheels, just be really mindful. Then I'm going to, with power, just extend that leg back. It doesn't have to straighten, but the intensity may get higher if you do. So front leg trying to be at 90 degrees, hand can rest. And then our target here is this big hip flexor. So both hands can be on the knee, and you'll see that I can traction that and notice a bigger back bend. Again, this knee might be here, here, here. All of these are warrior twos. So just notice what you notice. If you feel more comfortable, the left hand can rest on the side of the chair. Breathe in. And if you have just a little more space, we're going to invite the head and neck by rolling the gaze up. And in this side view, you'll see what a big back bend warrior two, this is warrior one, really is. We're going to do warrior two very, very soon, but just notice this space. Feel the front of the throat stretch, but make sure you don't completely collapse the back of the neck. Now, as you inhale it up, here comes warrior two. Spin that heel down, adjust where you need to be. For some people, you're gonna move back and just find that spot where your thigh is resting on the chair. Warrior two is a hips open shape. So here you can feel your way into the balance. Ideally, the back foot parallel. So parallel to the legs of your chair. And now we're gonna find a little flow here. So make sure you feel really stable. Notice I'm not on the very edge of the chair. I have a lot of stability and I still have weight in that front foot. Flip your front palm and let's reverse this warrior two. And then extended side angle is this moment of bringing the elbow to the knee and reaching up and over. The next time I'll show you a straight armed version where we play with bringing that hand towards the floor. So imagine this time the back of the hand finding the inside of the knee and sliding down. This will depend on your exact mobility and can look a million ways, but we're taking that intense balance out of it to focus on hip to shoulder. Let's take it one more time and then we'll switch sides. As you come up, you may start by bending the knee, recenter yourself in the chair, finding that warrior one on the other side, open out. This is where I do scooch a little more to the edge of the chair so that my hip can allow the leg to drop. And then find the space that works on this side. Hips are facing the side. And then option to stabilize with hand or option to roll up. Feel where you went on the other side. This is about balancing the intensity and what you experienced on the other side. So if that was here, then this will be your shape for this practice. If you took a big version and you reached up and you dropped the head back, then you'll hold that. Maybe you prefer hands to heart center. Maybe, again, nice soft version of using the chair for stability. Find your space. Refine your shape, find what you love about it, and feel in that front side of the left body, and let's open up to warrior two. So pivoting around, letting the back heel come down, recentering, take the moment to get it right for you. There is still weight in the front knee. Traditional warrior two would be facing out over the front, arms parallel and facing down with the palms. To reverse it, we flip the front palm and lean back. And then extended side angle is where we invite the elbow to the knee and reach up and over. Turning this into that flow, looking for Samavriti, equal effort on both sides. Option to start to slide the hand down the floor. Noticing what you feel and what changes as you explore different options for the upper body and shoulders. Third option, reaching long. And one more for good measure. Bring it up through neutral, spin it back around. Let's return to cat and cow, and then we'll end with a little pigeon. Nice and neutral, places we've been. Dome the spine, curl in, open out. And you may have sat this next way a time or two. I'm gonna pull my right leg up, crossing it over, and I'm gonna take a forward fold here. You have two options. You can dome the spine, or you can work on folding with a flat back. Our goal here is just to feel a beautiful stretch through the hip, outer glute, and you can hold this as long as you want. You're welcome to pause this video and come back when you're ready to move on. I'm gonna move to the other side, so use your hands to push up, find that space in the spine, and switch to the other side. No pain in the knees, by the way, so if your knee is way up here, that's all good. You're still leaning forward. Find your space. There's no real weight in my hands. I'm just using it so that I know where my leg is. And in this version, I'm choosing flat. Remember, you can still dome the spine. Focusing more on that low back might be what you need today. Remember to pause if you did for the other side, taking as long as you need to feel this beautiful stretch. And then bring it up. Unwind. I'm gonna scooch up towards the front and just swivel the legs nice and free. I'm coming up on my toes, so I have a little room to move, letting it go soft. And when we're seated, our Shavasana can look really different. We're not necessarily gonna lay on the floor, though you're welcome to. So we're just gonna move slowly into a space where we're leaning on the back of the chair. Slide slightly forward, put your feet a little wider, and let your hands just rest. Chin can drop towards chest, but don't let it completely collapse. And allow your eyes to close for a moment of meditation, allowing yourself just to sit and be present to your breath, your body, and whatever sounds you can hear. Start by noticing the breath. Allow the breath and how it moves your body to start to bring you back into the moment. Maybe toes and fingers start to wiggle. The head might take a roll or two. And when you feel ready to blink your eyes back open, sweep the arms up into a good morning stretch. Gaze up at the space between them. And as we exhale, bring your thumbs down to heart center. The light in me truly sees and honors and celebrates the light in you, and I thank you for practicing with us today. Namaste, my friends.